Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today is another episode of Quarantine Kitchen with Sophie. Yay! So today I'm going to be making spicy Korean rice cake, also known as Tteokbokki. So just a disclaimer, I am not Korean. I just searched this recipe up on the internet and it's really easy to find. There's lots of different recipes you can use, and I really like making this recipe at home because you can vary the spice level. Usually in restaurants the spice level is really high and I'm still trying to build my spice tolerance, so yeah, when you make it at home you can vary the spice level, and yeah, it's really good. I really like this dish, so let's go. So once again, before we start, you have to remember, tie your hair back if you have long hair, and remember to wash your hands before you start cooking. Yay! Cleanliness. So the ingredients you will need to make this dish are Korean rice cakes. Usually we want to get the raw rice cakes because these ones are the ones you typically use for this dish. Korean chili paste, also known as gochujang, soy sauce, sugar, my sugar tub, and you'll need some water. Just another note for this video, I am using a different recipe where I only need to use the chili paste. Usually all the other recipes will ask for chili paste and the chili flakes, but I don't have chili flakes with me right now, so I'm just using the paste. Also, another note is for this video I'm doing 2 servings of this recipe, so I doubled all the ingredients, so you can adjust how you would like when you make this recipe. So for me, the first step is soaking the rice cakes in water for about 10 to 15 minutes is what I usually do. And you don't have to soak your rice cakes unless it's frozen. If it's fresh, you can just start cooking right away. But since mine are frozen, you have to let it soak in the water for a bit. Okay, so as I mentioned, we need to soak the rice cakes first since they are frozen. So I'm gonna take 2 cups of rice cakes and put it in a bowl. Rice cake. And then I'm gonna add some water. Okay, so now what you're going to do is take your bowl full of rice cakes and add water to it. You just need enough water to completely submerge all the rice cakes in it. Now you're gonna let this sit on the side for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so now that about 10 to 15 minutes have passed and my rice cakes are finished soaking and defrosting, I'm gonna pour out the water. Since the rice cakes are now finished soaking in the water, what we're going to do now is get a pan and turn up the heat on the stove to medium heat. Once your pan starts heating up, you're going to add 1.5 cups of water, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of the chili paste, and 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. Okay, now that all the ingredients are in the pan, what you're going to do is stir it around a bit and let the chili paste dissolve into the liquid. And once you've done that, you're going to cover the pan and let it simmer on medium heat. Okay, so now that the sauce has come to a boil, what we're going to do is add the rice cakes. Okay, so once you add the rice cakes in, you're going to let this simmer again for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, so while the rice cakes are simmering, I like to prep a little bit, so I have a dish ready for the rice cakes, and what I like to do is I add some cheese. I add some cheese to the rice cakes just so it's not as spicy, and it also adds a nice flavor. So we prep those and we wait. Every few minutes, it's a good idea to check on your rice cakes and stir it around a bit, just so that they don't stick to the bottom of the pan. Okay, so about 10 minutes have passed, and I turned off my stove element, and this is how they look. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I do like to add cheese to my rice cakes. So what I do is I put my oven on broil, and once the rice cakes are done cooking, I'll sprinkle some cheese on it and put in the oven. Okay, so now that my rice cakes are finished cooking, I'm gonna put them into this container. Okay, and as I mentioned before, I do like to add cheese, so I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on it. And we're just going to wait for the oven to finish preheating. So my oven has finished preheating, and I'm going to put my pan or container of rice cakes and let it broil for about 15 minutes. So while we're waiting for our cheese to melt a bit, we're going to clean up and wash some dishes. Okay, so about 10 minutes have passed and the cheese is all melted, so I'm gonna take my container out of the oven now. And here is how it turned out. It smells so good. This is my lunch. Usually this is eaten as a snack, like a street food snack, I'm pretty sure, in Korea. But this is my lunch. It looks so good. No, let's do a stretchy piece. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like down below and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Yay! Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Quarantine Kitchen with Sophie. Okay, bye. I need to eat. It smells so good. I'm so hungry. Bye. Bye. So, yeah. Yay! Ah! Background noise. Background noise. Outro. Outro. Ooh. 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 Okay.